Get him in the boat. Oh boy. Okay, barely hooked, barely hooked. Ah, get over here. Am I gonna give it a second shot at you? I better get you in the first try. Get up here. Oh boy. Good morning. Here we go again. Got the kayak all loaded up with the kitchen sink. And out there is Georgian Bay. We're going to give that a try today. The wind isn't supposed to get up too much, so I'm in a spot that's pretty wide open, as you can tell. We're going to go out and we're going to go around the corner. Oh, there's a fishing boat right there. We're going to go around the corner and see if we can find, oh, who knows, smallmouth bass. That's kind of the goal. Let's park the truck and get on the water. Okay, truck is parked. Short walk down to the lake. Wish me luck. Okay, we're floating. Today is a bit of a scouting day. There's a kayak fishing tournament coming up this weekend. Today's Tuesday and the tournament's on Saturday. I've never really fished here much before. I did around the corner one year, maybe 5 or 6 years ago, in a boat. Caught a couple smallmouth bass and I figured, why not? We'll see. If there's any fish around today, and if I get some nice ones, well then I might enter that tournament on Saturday. If not, I think we probably won't. So we'll see how today's video goes. If you see me catching a bunch of fish, then you'll see another video of me in that tournament. And if I have a slow day, well, then I'll be mowing the grass on Saturday instead. I'm starting the day with this guy, a spy bait. There's never actually, propellers on the front and on the back. Never actually caught anything on a, actually this is the first time I've ever used a spy bait. I like it's got a couple of lead bits in there, so it's got some weight to it. It casts a mile, which is great. Doesn't have a lot of action to it, just kind of spins along. Maybe that's the point, I don't know. So far no luck, but we'll keep at it. I want to get over there. There's a little rocky island, but right along here is a big flat, just rock and weeds. Just have to keep casting and see if I come across something. We'll see if this guy works. Pretty quiet so far. You can see that I've changed up baits. I'm now going with a chatterbait. And no action. Seen a couple turtles. And there's a fishing boat over there with 2 guys in it, so at least 2 other people think there might be fish here. Sorry to interrupt the morning coffee there, guys, but I want to throw a bait right up on top of that rock. Got a nice smallie on here. First one of the morning. Oh, you let it go. Son of a gun. It was a good one. Darn, 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 darn. Did I even have my camera going? I did. Boy, that was a good one. Okay. That was interesting. As soon as it hit the water, boom, fish on. So I know there's fish here. Put waypoint on it. That was a good one. There's one. Son of a gun. That is 3 I've had. I got the camera turned on after I had a fish bite right there too. Boy, that was Gee, that was a good one. I wish I would have got it to the boat so I could see how big it was. Darn! That was 2 casts in a row. I had 2 fish like that, jumped out of the water, spit the hook. Jumped out of the water, spit the hook. So they could have been just hanging out together. I don't know what I did wrong. Those last 2 bites were on a jerk bait, and maybe that's the problem. Do you see how I took the middle hook off? I thought it'd be easier to release a fish, and with the kayak, less chance of getting something hooked into me. Maybe that was a error on my part, because I had 2 bites on this, on back-to-back casts, and each of them spit the hook. Well, 3 fish on, 3 fish off, and here's the woulda, coulda, shoulda. Had all 3 of those gotten to the boat, from what I saw in the air, and you might have seen it, I hope you did. I'll try and slow-mo it, maybe zoom in a bit. Whew, those were 3 really good smallmouth bass. Tournament fishing, those would have been beauties. Alright, so an update from about a half an hour ago. No more bites, just trying to cover a little bit of water, still using that same jerk bait. It's pretty flashy. Hoping it'll just catch some attention as I move around and just try and cover some water. It's the same kind of bottom down there where I had those bites, so just hoping the fish are kind of cruising around, and if I cruise around too, maybe I'll come across them. Alright, we're on. Whatever it is dogging it pretty good. I think it's a good one. I always say that, don't I? It's a good one. Not fighting like a bass though. Is it a pike? Hope it's not a pike, because I'm going to lose my hook if it is. Something big, hasn't jumped. Oh, it's gonna be a pike. Just know it. There it is. I can see the white under the water. Sure fighting like a pike. No, it's a bass. It is a bass. It's a smallmouth. It's a good one. I suppose if it was a pike, it would have been gone by now. Break my line. Okay, make sure there's no rocks over there I'm going to drift into. See him down there flashing around, getting closer. Got this guy hooked on the trusty Cinco. It was coming up on the waypoints of my graph where I had those other bites, so he's right in that same spot. Might have been one of those guys that got off earlier. There we go. And I did pop up my my motor on purpose because, see right there, I'm in 2 feet of water, so I didn't want to get my motor hung up on something. And why is this guy fighting so much? I'm wondering if he got hooked in the side or something. Where's it? Yeah, no kidding. That's exactly what happened. He got hooked in the belly. That's gonna make anybody fight harder. So he's not, gotta get the hook out of the net, there we go. He's not as big as he was fighting, that's for sure. He was fighting like a giant because he was hooked in the belly. Okay, I think I'm safe to put my motor back down. I just want to get a quick measure of this guy, see how long he is. Bear with me for a sec. He's in the water. Ooh, I didn't. There was a big giant rock that I'm lucky I didn't go over. I better get this back up just in case. Okay, let's get him up. Show him off to the camera. Get a quick measure. Put him up there, down here, down here. Okay. Get a measure. Oh my. Little guy. 16 and a half only. Fun though. Beauty. Okay. See you, pal. Woo! There. See, that's why I took my drive up. Yes, I'm going over this big rock right here. Please, careful. I hope I don't. Whoa. Hope I don't have enough. Or I do hope I have enough to cover it, to clear it, and I do. Oh, thank goodness. Oof. Okay, that wasn't very bright. Now was it? No, that was dumb. But I was smart enough to put my drive up. That would have been a disaster. And I'd put my rudder up as well. Sheesh. Oh. Whew. That guy was fooling around for a little while before I got him hooked. Scrapper. I put up my pedal drive again because just ahead of me is that same rock I just floated over. I don't think we're going to float in that direction, but better safe than sorry. Ooh, scrapper. Not a giant, but he's in the net. Okay. Gotta be careful with my motor up like that. There's a hole in the bottom of the boat. I might drop a rod down or something. Okay, let's see what we got down there. Now this time, bring him over. Ah, little guy. Just caught in the nose. There we go. I don't think I'll measure him, but I'm gonna guess he's what, 14, 15 inches, something like that. Beautiful fish though. Okay, rock is there. Further over is where I got him, so stay away from that rock. And no more rocks looks over this way. Okay. Let's get back up there. Seem to be hanging around that rock pretty good today. Got another one on. Oh. Ay, ay, ay. Never mind. Okay, I think I got a good hook set in this guy. Oh, and this is a good one. Okay, come on. Good fish. You saw him jump. Let's see if we can actually get one to the net today. Let's see. I'll even loosen off the drag a touch, just to give him a little extra time. I felt this guy hit, and then I hammered him with a hard hook set. I usually don't do that, so hopefully... Whoa, okay. I didn't loosen the drag off that much. He's a good one. I know, I always say he's a good one, and then it gets in the net and it's like 16 inches. But this guy, don't you start splashing around. This guy is definitely more than 16 inches. Oh, yeah, he is. Okay. Oh, he's got some shoulders. Okay, don't mess it up. Don't mess it up. Get him in the boat. Oh boy. Okay, barely hooked, barely hooked. Ah, get over here. Am I gonna give it a second shot at you? I better get you in the first try. Get up here. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Barely hooked. Barely hooked. No. Come here. Get over here. Ah, okay, come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Turn around. Just gonna make you, or take a picture of you and measure you and let you go. Come on. Okay, my guess is gonna be 18 and a half. Nope, I was just tempted to tighten up the drag, but I don't want to do it. Come on, come on. Yahoo! Okay, nice one. Okay, that was a little stressful. What's going on here? Got to keep him in the water so he can breathe while I get myself untangled here. There we go. Put my rod in the rod holder. Make sure I'm not going to run into any rocks, which I don't think so. Put a waypoint on them. Aha! Okay, hook is out. Back in the water so he can breathe. Catch my breath for a sec. Okay. I think I'm gonna put a weigh scale on this guy too. Getting quite a ways away from where I caught him. It's okay. He's happy in the water. He's breathing nicely. Barely hooked on the side of the mouth, so I'm not worried that he's going to be hurt or anything. I don't want to mess around too much with weigh scales and so on, but I do want to weigh him. My scale's on, and I want to get a measure on him too. Okay, I guessed 18 and a half. Let's see if I was right. Hey, there's a good one. Look at that guy. One of the nicer ones I've had in a while. Nose is on there. And he's 18 and a half and well, almost 3/4, but 18 and a half. I don't know if you can see that or not on the camera. Get him up there, so let's see what an 18 and a half inch fish weighs. Yeah, get him in there so he can breathe fine. He's okay. Scale is ready. Yep, scale's still ready. Okay, this I don't know how to guess, but I'll guess 3.5. .30, 3.2, 3.32, 3.21, bouncing all over. So 3.25. I'm happy with that. Nice fish. Oh, biting me. Okay, buddy. See you later. Thanks for playing. Gotta get way back over there, close to those rocks. All right. Got another. I doubt the camera can see down in the water with all the waves and the reflection, but he's sure dogging down there. Not huge, but a nice one. My guess would be 16-ish. Did I get him in? I did, all right. Maybe not quite. Hook popped out, nice. Okay. No need to measure him. There he is. Always got a little bit of blood coming out of him, so I don't want to hold him up too long. See you, buddy. Alright, as you can no doubt hear, the wind has picked up. The waves are getting a little bit bigger. It's just not pleasant, so got to get around that tree at the second point there. That's where the truck is parked. Got to work my way into the wind, and I'll cast as we go along. And I guess probably say goodbye at the boat launch, because you probably can't even hear me. Hopefully I catch a fish or two along the way, but if I don't, I'll talk to you at that big tree. Okay, all packed up. In case you're wondering how I packed up, I have this bed extender down here, and then a couple of straps on either corner just to stop this from wobbling around. I have this strap here, another strap around the front. Keep the seat on, it's on there pretty good, and this strap holds the seat on there too. Everything else is in the truck. The back seat's fairly loaded up, but if I have somebody with me, then I'll put a couple of things inside the bed as well. I'm going to slide the cover shut, lock that in place, and we're ready to hit the road. So it was a good day today. Caught a handful of fish, a couple hours worth of fishing, 2-3 hours maybe, and now I have to decide whether or not that's going to be good enough for a tournament on Saturday. So should I fish the tournament? If I would have caught all the fish that I hooked and that I saw leap out of the water, my guess is I probably would have had about more than 90 inches worth of fish. And that was just in 2 hours. So I've got an 8-hour day on Saturday should I want to go back there. not too bad. Now mind you, this tournament historically has got some really big bags, so 90 inches plus might not even get into the money. I think it should. So we'll see. I think the number one thing is we're going to check the weather forecast and keep an eye on that. I think I have until Thursday night to enter. So if it's going to be blowing like it is behind me, I don't know. Depends which way the wind's coming from. That spot is fairly wide open. If it's a west wind like today, it's gonna have to be light. If it's blowing out of the west, then I'm not gonna do it because it got a little iffy on the pedal back in. If it's a south wind, it's a little bit more protected, so keep an eye on it. Or of course if it's a calm day too. So anyway, we'll see. It was a great day and I had a lot of fun. I explored a spot and I had some success, so all in all, it was a good day. Thanks for coming along. Well, I did a little bit of research, and 90 inches worth of bass is pretty good. It might get into the money. So, I'm very tempted to give this a try. So we got the Ontario Kayak Bass Trail, August 17th at Georgian Bay. The forecast for the 17th is wind out of the south, which would probably be okay for the area that I was in. Be a different wind, so I don't know if the bass would be around where I was fishing today though. I'd have to see. I think it's Thursday night that I have until to figure out if I want to fish in this or not. So I think I might.